Hello, hello everybody, Mr. Moo here in the cockpit, here in Elite Dangerous, here in an Anaconda, out on deep space exploration duty. Hope everybody's having a good day, good Thursday. The weekend is coming up, thank Jeebus. How is everybody doing? And where in the hell are we? Alex? Galaxy map.
Displaying map.
Thank you.
You're welcome, sir.
Well, we are a ways out, aren't we? Looks like there's a community goal going on in Colonia. Not that I have any terrible interest in that, but you know. Vox, hey, how are you doing? Good afternoon, sir. Let's see. Do I have a course plotted? As a matter of fact, I don't. Well, that means we can go anywhere we want. Galaxy map.
Stellar cartography.
Now, where to go? Coreward sounds nice. Haven't been out in this section. Let's see what we can find. You look totally unremarkable and 10,000 light years away. Perfect. Course laid in. Reset for jet cone boost. I remembered this time. Alright, revised course laid in. 165 jumps. Well, not horrible. We'll see what happens. Let's see here. Before I get going, let's see here. Is that... Yeah, a special thank you to Scarecrow709394. Thank you so much for the follow. Welcome to the crew. Hope you enjoy your stay. And let's see. What else do we need to do? Some minor housekeeping here. How are the modules looking? Frameshift drive's down to 97%. We're at full stop. This is a good place to pull over and use this. So we got repairs going on the FSD just so we can break it again. You know how it goes. Thank you.
You're welcome.
FSD is good. Head track is good. Our target is before us. Let's ride.
Preparing for jump.
You know, it's funny, I was going with all kinds of overlays and data displays and everything else, and, you know, I just prefer a really clean,
Temperatures are at an acceptable level.
unobtrusive kind of interface. Well, that's a really good question, Ryan. Somewhere. We're going somewhere. We're continuing Coreward. And that's about all I got. System map.
System map.
Anything interesting? Not... Well, no, nothing really. Resume course?
Locking next star system.
Though being December 7th, being Pearl Harbor Day, I am going to give a little bit of a history lesson for those that maybe not aware. You know, December 7th, for those who might not know, is not the day World War II started, and I'm talking to most of my American brethren here. And in fact, you know, World War II didn't really start for the United States on December 7th either. There was a little thing called Lend-Lease, and we were technically kind of sort of involved before that. But to provide some perspective here, let's just go with a little thing I found online. If World War II was a bar fight, this is important. Okay, so after the last bar fight, America decided they need to be the bartender and the bouncer, move behind the bar. Germany came to, saw everyone drinking with his money, and saw Austria sitting in the corner by himself. Germany, angry that Britain, France, and America took his wallet, grabs Austria and makes him stand next to him. Germany then does the same thing with Czechoslovakia. On the other side of the room, Japan punches China and puts him in a headlock. After a while, America tells them to knock it off. Germany then signs a bar napkin telling Britain he's done moving people over to his side of the room. Immediately afterwards, Germany sucker punches Poland, claiming that Poland started it. Russia says, "Don't worry, I will help," and sucker punches Poland from the other side. France and Britain begin swinging at Germany. Germany pushes Britain through the door, knocks him into the pool. France also gets shoved through the door, but then comes back in wearing a new beret and decides to hang out with Germany. Then, for no apparent reason, Russia slaps Finland. Italy gets into a fight over the toys in the sandbox out back, gets a bloody nose, and goes to Germany for help. Germany and Britain immediately start fighting over Italy's sandbox. Britain and Germany each begin throwing rocks at each other's houses. Then, because Russia helped him with beating up Poland, Germany sucker punches Russia. While everybody's looking at Germany and Britain, Japan puts China into the headlock even harder and begins punching his head. America tells Japan to knock that shit off and tells him he's had too much to drink and he's cut off. Japan immediately jumps over the bar and punches America, and Britain, and France, and the Netherlands. Germany shakes his fist at America and makes a rude noise. America jumps into Germany's sandbox and falls flat on his ass. Italy laughs. Because America is now mad at Germany, America punches Italy. America, Canada, and Britain all rip off France's new beret and then punch Germany again. America, Britain, and Australia gang up and start shoving Japan back into a corner on the other side of the room. Meanwhile, Germany taps America on the shoulder and says, "What's that over there in the snow?" Then he kicks America in the ass when he's not looking. Everyone else piles on Germany until he passes out. Then America, with the help from some international grad students at the bar, decides to pick up the piano and drop it off the second floor balcony on top of Japan. Then the grad students, thinking, "Hey, we found a better way," do it with a second piano. As Japan is on his way to the floor, Russia shakes his fist at Japan, pretending he's joined the fight and hoping he'll be able to go through Japan's wallet after the fight's over. After Japan and Germany wake up, America, France, Britain, and Russia move into Germany's house, and America moves into Japan's house too. Then America buys drinks for Germany and Japan until everyone's happy again. World War II in a not really all that accurate historical nutshell. Right, there we go. Let's continue. Actually, I've known grad students like that. They would. They really would. Not loft a piano. Well, they would do that, but they'd also build a nuke if they could.
Fuel scooping.
System map.
System cartography.
I see a whole lot of nothing.
Fuel scooping complete.
Resume course.
Selecting next destination.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
A variation on the story is that America hits Japan in the face with a baseball bat twice, kind of like Al Capone did in The Untouchables. Which is another movie I have not seen in quite a while. Alright, Alex, what do you got for me?
Fuel scooping.
System map?
System cartography.
At least have a look before you... Oh. Ah. Well, that wasn't worth the ones and zeros it was printed on.
Fuel scooping complete.
Resume course.
Selecting next destination.
The bar fight from North to Alaska. You know, that's not inaccurate. I'd always play that song on the really cold winter days. Because I also DJ'd for an oldies station.
Fuel scooping.
Classic.
Complete.
Yep, that one's a classic. System map.
System map.
Oh, we got some interesting stuff here, but I don't think... Well, you might be terraformable. Let's go have a look. Long-range scanners, do your thing. System map.
System cartography.
Alright, what do we got here? We've got nothing terraformable. 0.99 G, 441 Kelvin, 1.3 atmospheres. Atmosphere is 100% sulfur dioxide. In other words, no. I'm not really too terribly interested in the other one. Resume course.
Locking
Jump.
system destination. Preparing for jump. Faster than light velocity reached. Confirming exit point telemetry. Stand by. Completing system scan. Stand by. Gathering information.
Fuel scooping.
Cartography has now been updated.
System map.
System map.
Fuel scooping complete.
Yep, Danny, back out in the dark, just kind of poking around. Resume course.
System destination locked.
I did go out and do those passenger missions in my keel back. And, yeah. And, of course, the garbage truck comes by right now. But I was right, that, keel back. Those missions were not exactly riveting. I mean, that's... I know deep space exploration isn't the most exciting thing in the world either, but at least the view changes. This was a half-hour trip out to the station. Every time. I must have done that 6, maybe 8 times. And that was just the travel time. I mean, there was also like a ton of time in between trying to log and relog and get the missions to refresh.
Fuel scooping.
Yeah. Now, granted, both systems were in a state of war and or civil war. And uncivil war, but yeesh. I couldn't do it.
Fuel scooping complete.
Resume course.
Selecting next system en route.
I mean, I did make plenty of credits. Don't get me wrong. It's a great way to make money. And indeed, I upgraded from the keelback to something a little bit better for transporting people, the Type 7. And that just allowed me to transport more people. But I finally wrapped up doing those missions this morning, and yeah, I'll just broadcast the results. If you want to know what it's like, stare at a blank screen for 3 hours. That'll be what it was like. Hit escape every half hour or so for about 20 minutes. 52 new objects. System map.
System cartography.
Nothing, unfortunately, nothing really super exciting. Resume course.
Selecting next system.
Fuel scooping complete.
Well, I've got the nest egg down, so, now we can proceed onwards a bit. And it certainly is educational in that, it does show, even starting from scratch, that the money-making opportunities in-game have been astonishingly buffed. And now I'm gonna, next time I do the clean slate pilot, I'm gonna load up something a little bit more enjoyable for everybody. The true endgame ship. And I, of course, speak of the Orca. Wait, no. System map.
Scooping.
System map.
Resume course.
System destination locked.
Fuel scooping complete.
Move the mic a little bit there so I'm not eating it. Tell you what, an Orca is a kick-ass explorer. If you don't have one of these. I mean, you can't beat the view. Especially if you're exploring with multi-crew.
Kids these days and their crazy language, am I right?
Well, thank you so much for the host. Welcome to the show. I am Mr. Moo, a space and variety sci-fi streamer, mostly specializing in Elite Dangerous and or the flying thereof. System map.
System cartography.
This one might have life.
Fuel scooping complete.
Let's find out. Your feet are cold. I'm out in the middle of deep space. Gas giant with water-based life. The chocolate chip cookie theory holds true. Resume course.
Selecting next destination.
Well, pull up a seat at the fire, or the fusion reactor. Well, that'd be a reason. Put some shoes, put some socks on, do something. You know, like my ancient ancestors who used to huddle around the fire in Norway, foraging for wolves.
Fuel scooping.
System map.
System map.
Nope, nope, and nope. What's the distance? Double plus nope.
Fuel scooping complete.
Resume course.
Locking next star system.
Funniest things you find when you go searching through your ancestry. Speaking of ancient Norwegian ancestors. If this family tree I found is accurate, I'm actually a member of the House of Yingling. The oldest historical ancestor they can find was a guy who left Norway for greener lands. Not Greenland, just greener lands. And everybody followed behind him. Well, ended up with so many people that the land failed. He had a massive famine. And they burnt him to death in his manor house as a sacrifice to Odin.
Fuel scooping.
And I thought my Thanksgivings were rough. System map.
System map.
Fuel scooping complete.
Resume course.
Locking system destination.
That is very close to the gravity step. Let's not go crossing over that. I know, right? Got another one who, a few hundred years later, went out on a raiding party, kidnapped himself a wife. She didn't particularly take to that, but she played the slow game. He went out drinking, exited the pub or whatever, was accosted by two men, killed, and his wife then raised their son as the new power in the area, ruling from behind the throne.
Fuel scooping.
System map.
System cartography.
Yeah, you're not wrong. Resume course.
Selecting next destination.
Yeah, thank God there's no, it looks like there's nobody like Cersei in my family. As far as I know. The Norse were very, very big. Well, Scandinavians in general. Very, very big on record keeping. Family history, etc. Another ancestor, which, you know, you go back far enough and everybody's related, so I'm not surprised here, but, and I can't remember his actual name. I believe it was Harold the Fair-Haired. He was wooing another princess, and she was like, "Your kingdom is tiny. No."
Fuel scooping.
So he straps on his sword, basically says BRB LOL, and doesn't come back until he's, you know, conquered all of his neighbors and their neighbors too.
Fuel
System
scooping
map.
complete.
System cartography.
Resume course.
System destination locked.
Yeah, it really is. Cousin! Brother, it's been too long. And it looks like my family kept the old traditions alive for quite a while. My great-grandfather's obituary reads like, you know, he just scratched the surface a little bit and it's the old school religion. Huh. That's one of the most famous Cellsbane. Must be a hell of a fishing spot.
Fuel scooping.
System map.
System map.
Well now.
Fuel scooping complete.
It's not a water world, but might be interesting anyway. Let's get a scan on you first. Not holding out too much hope, but you do have an atmosphere, so let's find out. Yep, wasn't expecting too much there, but we got you right next door, so hey, and then we can get a scan too. Waterworld, alright. System map. System map.
System cartography.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Alright, now what are you? Terraformable, okay, the first one. 1.2 G, 205 atmospheres. We're going to have to drop that down a little bit. 849 Kelvin. 95% CO2, 3% nitrogen, 1% sulfur dioxide. Lovely. What's the other one? This one's a little bit better. 0.93 G, 275 Kelvin, a little on the cold side. 1.2, or, well, 1.96 atmospheres. 51% nitrogen, 44% ammonia, 4% oxygen. Okay, need to scrub that atmosphere just a wee bit. And it's tidally locked. That's less than fun. And what the hell? Got the first two terraformable. Let's see what the third one has. If I can get a scan out at 230 light seconds, this sucker's going to be... This one's going to be a little interesting. I'm going to call it at least 2 Earth masses. System map.
System map.
Another water world. 0.91 G, 297 Kelvin. This one's not bad. 894 atmospheres. That's a little high. And 2.09 Earth masses. Alright, take care. See you later. I'm getting surprisingly good at calling these. Still tidally locked. Interesting. Resume course.
Selecting next system en route.
Diggin'. Well, not that big. 5.6 light seconds.
Fuel scooping.
System map.
System cartography.
Brown dwarf. Brown dwarf. Brown dwarf. It's ringed and it looks interesting. I have to. I must.
Fuel scooping complete.
See you on Monday, Danny. And yeah, Grand Tour starts tomorrow. Damn. So much good stuff. The new X-Wing expansion dropped today too. So I've got my TIE silencer ordered up. Can't wait to get my hands on that sucker. May even take me away from my my love of Fen Rao and dogfighting. I may have to move back to Suntir Fel. You know, and Ben. I've seen the trailer for the Grand Tour, the new episodes, the new season. Just seeing them starting at the top of a mountain and having to drive down. Damn, this is barely a star. I'm not even getting a scan with long-range scanners at 2200 light seconds. That thing is a pile of hot hydrogen at best. Finally, I'm starting to get a scan. Jeebus. I mean, I know at the best of times, brown dwarf stars are just gas giants with delusions of grandeur, but still. I know any number of gas giants I could have gotten a scan off of sooner than that. Class Y. Alright, you're the one I'm interested in. This is the planet that has me wondering. Ah, damn it. High metal content. Resume course. Resume course.
Selecting next destination.
System map.
System map.
I was really hoping for something more exciting. And I know I should have looked, but... Actually, I should have listened. That would have told me, but... I was hopeful. I was blindly optimistic.
Fuel scoping.
System map.
System map.
Nope. Resume course.
Locking system destination.
Fuel scoping complete.
Wonder how much more jump I could get out of this sucker. I'm sure not very much, but... We'll see what happens with the new updates, I guess, because... Well, then again, they said they might be doing away with special effects, so... The increased fuel load that I'm pulling out of this thing... To clarify, Frontier said they were going to be redoing engineers. The blueprints. And one of the things they said they'd be doing was getting rid of secondary effects. Not like the super special effects, but things like... Why am I barely moving here?
Fuel scoping.
Am I... System map.
System cartography.
Sorry, suddenly I was just wondering why in the hell am I moving so slowly? Guess I must have gotten really close to one of those. Not special effects like the special effects on lasers. Resume course. Resume course.
Selecting next destination.
Or like other weapons, but... The only, yeah, it would remove things like,
Complete.
on a frameshift drive, being able to use extra fuel. Or on shields, you know, here's a little bit lighter weight on your generator. Or heavier. In the case of my jump drive, since my jump drive uses a little bit more fuel per jump, it can go that much further. They also said some of these effects would be grandfathered in, and that you'd have to go through the whole process for every component, which is not something I'm sure I like, because it sounds like currently, when you get to grade 5 with an engineer, you can change all the equipment they do to grade 5. And it sounds like in their new version, you have to work through the grades with every single piece of equipment. There is no overall grade from the engineer. Yeah, exactly. It sounds like more farming than ever. I'm not sure I like that at all.
Complete.
On the plus side, they've said that if you pin a blueprint, you can create that blueprint from anywhere. You don't have to fly back. Which is nice. Resume course.
Locking next star system.
But no, it does sound like more farming than ever, and I am not pleased with that idea. We'll see what happens. I mean, it's pretty preliminary. Plenty of time to walk back or clarify or change their minds or whatever. I mean, other things I do like. You know, I like that idea of being able to pin a blueprint and actually having, you know, being able to modify that part from anywhere with that blueprint.
Fuel scooping.
Because right now, pinning a blueprint is, you know, even less than useless. System map.
System map.
Fuel scooping complete.
Oh ho. High metal content. Resume course.
Selecting next destination.
Let's see, in terms of other games I've been playing, I've given XCOM, the original Long War, 7 or 8 more tries, and I keep getting my ass handed to me on a plate within the first 2 months. I'm doing semi-decent on the ground game, but it's the air game that's just murdering me. So many people have died over and over again.
Scooping.
Eldani the sniper keeps getting blown up. Sergeant Griff, oh, I don't want to even... The horror. The horror. System map.
System cartography.
Fuel scooping complete.
Resume course.
Locking system destination.
Resume course.
System destination.
Galaxy
locked.
map.
Galaxy map.
Yeah, it wasn't too great with you either. You know, a bunch of thin men just kind of plasmaed you into, non-existence. We were able to save the head. We threw you into a, you became Mecha Orion. And, yeah, we put you into a shiv. And you lasted a few more missions before a Muton launched a grenade. And that was kind of the end of that. You went down swinging, though. Actually, you went down burning, but, you know.
Fuel scooping.
System map.
System cartography.
Yeah, we need nanny bags. Well, I mean, I was able to put it into a shiv, so... Because they usually aim center mass. Resume course.
Selecting next system en route.
Yeah, they usually aim center mass, so that, you know... They don't really need to go... With the guns they've got, they can afford to, you know, not have to take any trick shots. I would love to get my hands on something like Sergeant Schlock's plasma gun, though. That would clear out... That would clear out UFOs quick, fast, and in a hurry. Also, I love the soothing sounds it makes. The glow of death from the pre-fire chamber doesn't hurt either. System map.
System map.
You.
Fuel scooping complete.
Waterworld. You. I like you. I like the you think. Yep, just keep ladling on the gravy. Those who are unfamiliar with the terminology we're throwing around, in Schlock Mercenary, gravy is short for gravity. They have gravity-based weapons. So, you hit somebody with a gravity gun, and you've hit them with gravy. And turned them into gravy. It's kind of a multi-purpose expression. Though, Vox, that reminds me of when we get the sword explosion in Borderlands 2. One moment. Come on, finish the scan. Finish the scan. Waterworld. System map.
System map.
Not bad. 248 Kelvin, a little on the cool side. Nice. We can work with that. But no, the sword explosion in Tiny Tina's assault on Dragon Keep. I love the description of it when Roland hands it over to you. The enemy won't know what hit them, but they'll assume it was swords. The gun fires swords, which then explode, which then fire off more swords, which explode, in what you could call a sword explosion. Orion, because the gravy guns hit with something like, 2,000 to 2 million or higher G, you hit a ship with enough gravy and you can compress it down into neutronium and use it for fuel. High metal content, and let's roll around here on this one. Well, it's very highly directional. Resume course.
Selecting next destination.
You can use gravitic weaponry on a very, very fine scale if you have a good enough AI. For instance, there was a boarding action in one of the issues way back when they said, no, I see the problem here. The computer fused all the safeties on your guns. You couldn't fire. And the captain said, I don't put safeties on the guns I issue. Guns are naturally unsafe, and I rely on my troops' training to make them safe. He says, yeah, well, your guns have them now. Oh crap, that's just showing off. Oh, let's see here. You didn't miss much. Still just making my way towards the core. System map.
System cartography.
Poking around here and there, finding some kind of terraformables. That might be something
Fuel scooping complete.
else. We'll see. Nothing here really exciting though now. Let's see. Did some clean slate stuff yesterday. Resume course.
Locking next star system.
Got myself a keel back. Promptly sold it as fast as I could. Well, they aren't all human. Right. Okay, point at a star and hit it. Let's not.
Fuel scooping.
System map.
System map.
Resume course.
Locking next star system.
Fuel scooping complete.
No. How does no sound? Does no work? Because we are going with no. Oh, that's right. I do catalog my stuff. I'm wondering if I should do that anymore. If I should just say, hey, you want to see the show? Come here. Probably not the best idea. So your package will be delivered Tuesday, December 12th. Excellent. My TIE silencer will arrive. Yeah, I've got a YouTube. Same name. Got a bunch of videos there, a bunch of how-to guides. The back, all my previous broadcasts, or most of them.
Fuel scooping complete.
Resume course.
Selecting next system en route.
Oh, yeah. Hard to tell what with the text and all. Will do, Mad. That's kind of what I was thinking anyways. Let's see, is the tracker up for... Nope, it's showing jump distances and everything, but it is still not showing planetary scans. Unfortunate, but we'll get around to it.
Fuel scooping.
System map.
System cartography.
Oh. Nah, never mind. All have atmospheres, but they aren't terribly good. Resume course.
System destination locked.
If I went off scanning every single planet that looked interesting without giving it a listen or a very careful look, we'd be here all day. More than all day. I'd still be 8,000 light years back. Yes, a detailed surface scanner is absolutely essential for an explorer. You make so much more money off of that. And also you get to see more interesting details. Without the detailed scanner, all I would be able to see is basic orbital information. Alright. Binary, trinary system. Okay, there's you. There's you. System map.
System cartography.
Couple off in the distance. Resume course.
Locking system destination.
You find a good water world or a neutron star or a black hole. Actually, a good water world or a good terraformable. And that pays for the price of the scanner right there. You don't have to do anything with it. I mean, I've got mine. You just plug it in and go. System map.
System map.
What have we got? We've got a whole lot of interesting, but not interesting enough. Resume course.
Selecting next destination.
Let's scoop up some soup while we go.
Fuel scooping complete.
Did you still have one Vox, or did you give up? Did you have two and then you gave one up, or did you have none? Okay, so you're not taking the neutron road home. You're just taking it the slow way, or relatively slow way.
Fuel scooping.
System map.
System map.
You know, it's funny. It used to be 20,000 light years. You thought, oh my god. Now anymore, yeah, 20,000 light years, even without neutron road, is honestly a lot easier than it used to be. Resume course.
Selecting next destination.
I almost find it adorable that it sounds like a dolphin kind of goes squeak when you hit the boosters. Yeah, heatsink launcher should be good enough, and you can always synthesize more.
Fuel scooping.
System map.
System cartography.
No. Galaxy map.
Displaying map.
We coming up on any super jumps here? We are, actually.
Fuel scooping complete.
Resume course.
Selecting next destination.
Let's see here. How much can I synthesize in here, actually? Inventory, synthesis, FSD injection, heat sinks. 3 regular heat sinks. Oh, 3 of all the heat sinks. Basic conductors, huh. And heat conduction wiring. That makes it very hard to synthesize these things out in the dark, doesn't it? Rumbles. I thought it was something like iron and nickel. You know, just dump the heat into a great big chunk of iron and let it go. And yet, let's see what it takes to synthesize limpets.
Fuel scooping.
Let's see here. Synthesis, limpets. Oh, I don't have anything. Limpets, it just takes iron and nickel.
Fuel scooping.
And yet for a heat sink, you need more high-tech components than you do for a rocket-propelled smart drone. System map.
System cartography.
Resume course.
Locking system destination.
I mean, really, for a heat sink, all you need is... Well, let's see here. How did the Soviets cool some of their boats? Some of the nuclear reactors on Soviet submarines were things like liquid sodium coolant. I think the Alpha-class boats had liquid lead. It was like a lead-bismuth combination.
Fuel scooping.
They couldn't actually take the reactors offline because the coolant would solidify and basically entomb the reactor.
Fuel
System map.
complete.
System map.
Resume course.
Selecting next system en route.
I mean, that'd be kind of neat, I think, to have a heat sink that's just a big block of lead. You know, liquefy it and dump it out. Oop, and that would be my phone going beetly dink at me. Let's not do that anymore. Yeah, I agree. You know, something...
Fuel scooping.
Yeah. I don't think you need something as complicated as this wiring to do it. System map.
System cartography.
You don't... I mean, when you need more complicated components for a heatsink than you do to generate a limpet, something is a little off. Resume course.
System destination locked.
Well, the launched thing is just a chunk of conductive metal or something. It's a really highly conductive mass of whatever that you shunt all the heat to, and then once it reaches its critical heat or, whatever, then it gets ejected and gets used as, you can see that thing shining like a flare as it vents. One new object.
View scoping. Fuel scooping complete.
So yeah, the launch thing is just supposed to be a solid slug that's been... you've shunted all your heat into and then ejected. Which I think you could do with a lump of lead or iron or whatever. System map.
Scoping.
System map.
Nope. Nope, nope, nope.
View scoop disengaged.
Galaxy map.
Stellar cartography.
Alright, we're getting close. Top off the tank here, get a scan, maybe see if there's anything, well, obviously see if there's anything interesting here, maybe find something.
View scoping.
System map.
System cartography.
And what do we got? We've got nothing. Nothing, nothing, into the nothing, carry the nothing, and you end up with a whole lot more nothing.
Fuel scooping complete.
Resume course.
Locking next star system.
There we go. Now we're gonna have some fun. Next target, 236 light years away. I never get tired of seeing those triple-digit jumps. System map.
System map.
What do we got? We've got... not a whole lot of anything, to be honest. Resume course.
Selecting next destination.
Warning. Frameshift drive operating beyond safety limits. Frameshift drive supercharged.
Boost activated.
Hit it.
Preparing for jump. Leaving system. Faster than light velocity.
Leaving system. Hell, we're leaving the sector.
Key systems are at optimal levels. Readying for exit now. Compiling data for cartography.
Fuel scooping.
Nothing exciting here, just 2 stars. Last main sequence star on your designated route. Huh, interesting. How are we going now?
Fuel scooping.
Galaxy map.
Stellar cartography.
Nothing interesting here. Doesn't look like it. That galaxy's getting kind of close, though, or that big disk. Where are we even? I mean, in terms of the sector map. Let's see. Collective mapping, galaxy map. Stick around here and top off.
Scooping.
Only thing to look at anyway. Let's see. We are in the Lin Shu Hollow.
Fuel scooping complete.
Interesting, never heard of that section. Resume course.
Selecting next destination.
I just love all the place names in the galaxy map on the on EDSM. It gives the galaxy a lot more character and personality, I think. I mean, other than just naming the core and the various arms and, you know, maybe the near and far 3 kiloparsec arms. We're gonna overheat. That's better. The alarm only goes off for a little bit. It's still good. Hey, Kobo, no, not too much. We're just kind of poking around. Found a couple of water worlds in a, maybe 10 jumps back. Nope, just kind of chatting and chilling. I gave my history lesson for the day early on. You know, if World War II were a bar fight.
Fuel scooping.
System map.
System cartography.
Otherwise, just finding a whole lot of this. Binary, trinaries, dwarf stars, rocks, ice, rocky ice. Resume course.
Scooping complete.
Locking system destination.
So we're approaching an area called the Circinus Transit, region stretching more than 22,000 light-years from the Scutum-Sagittari conflux along the Scutum-Centaurus arm. The vast majority of the region is located within the Circinus constellation. The region is home to the Circinus Pulsar, the Lighthouse Beacon, and the V381 Norme Black Hole. System map.
System map.
Lighthouse Beacon sounds interesting. The cats are doing well. Yuki took her in this morning for a follow-up to the dental appointment, and she is a happier little miss. It's not going to be anything. Why am I bothering? Resume course.
Selecting next destination.
No, she is a happy little miss. She is curled up on top of my flight vest right now, which it's as good a use as any for it. Hank kind of stretched out a paw, or pontoon in this case. My God, he's a big cat. And he's kind of giving her a pat on the head with that. Well, with that mitt, that catcher's mitt he calls a paw.
Fuel scooping.
System map. 31 objects. Most of it's going to be, unfortunate. This might have life, possibly. No time like the present to check.
Fuel scooping complete.
1600 light seconds. I may even get a scan off of it right away. Yeah, I agree. Gas giant with water-based life. May as well get the star too while we're at it. No, you do not. Though you can anymore. Resume course.
Locking next star system.
Yeah, they're few and far between. I know I like hammering on it, but I'm still just thrilled that I keep finding terraformables around neutron stars. And then there's the holy grail for everybody, which would be a ringed Earth-like world. Those are about as rare as rocking horse shit. System map.
System cartography.
Well, that's just a great big beige collection of bleh. No, thank you.
Fuel scooping.
Resume course.
System destination locked.
Fuel scooping complete.
Oh, we'll complete this jump and get a progress report on just how far we are from home.
Fuel scooping.
System map.
System map.
Galaxy map.
Galaxy map.
Okay, Narvert, we are a ways away.
Fuel scooping complete.
10,841 light years. Resume course.
Selecting next system en route.
Oh, howdy, Hank. How you doing, Beast? Anytime you say his name, either you say Hank or you say Beast, and he will just wag his tail. Never seen a cat do that, but he will just wag his tail back and forth a little bit, and then he will thump it on the ground. Or in this case, on Meow's desk. And actually knock over her headset 1 second. Dink. And back, having taken care of the little four-legged earthquake. Oh, hi there, binary stars. More than that, system map.
System cartography.
What we got here? Binary.
Fuel scooping.
Resume course.
Locking system destination.
But no, Kobo, I don't explore for the money. I do explore for the fame. Oh, yeah, right. I don't know what I explore for. It's nice to get out here and just kind of zone out and chat with folks. I got a cat, I got a ship, I got a brand new site ahead of me. It's a good day. Great day at work. And I'm gonna try to actually make this into my job. Or at least, you know, casting, vocal work. System map.
System map.
Nothing too exciting. Resume course.
Selecting next system en route.
Fuel scooping complete.
I'd like to make a career out of this somehow. Or, well, if not out of streaming, because I know that you aren't going to be able to make too much of a career out of streaming Elite. Unless I get a lot more interest in deep space exploration. But, no, you know the gist of it. And hopefully chat's still there and my computer hasn't just glitched out on me.
Fuel scooping.
Resume course.
Locking next star system.
Fuel
Galaxy
scooping
map.
complete.
Displaying map.
Oh, we're a ways from the next super jump. Exactly, yeah. I'd like to, do something with my voice, do something with vocal work, just... Really, I'd like to be able to sit down and plan something like... Boy. A little presumptuous, but something like a documentary on just deep space phenomena and everything you can find flying out here in Elite. But that's... alright. Sorry about that, Vox. But no, that's what I'm kind of looking for. Something that would, I'm too amateur and not enough astronomer for that yet. System map.
System cartography.
Fuel scooping complete.
Also, long story short, a lot of space is just pretty boring. Resume course.
System destination locked.
It is a harsh fact of the galaxy that most of it is full of empty space. Unfortunately, if I run into Thargoids or something out here, I am pretty much screwed. This ship cannot handle any kind of encounter in real space. Now, if I brought my Orca out, I'd at least be able to attempt running away, but this thing doesn't run away. This thing barely runs towards.
Fuel
System map.
System map.
Oh ho.
fuel scooping complete.
Water world. I am familiar, yeah. Let's see here. Let's get spun around. This system we may actually stay around and get some scans on. Alright, come on, scanners. Show me something good here. Show me something good a little bit faster. Landable. Okay, nothing exciting there, that's right. Well, we're still getting everything in this system, or at least most of the things in this system. System map.
System cartography.
So you're landable with a moon. It's these last four that really have me interested. System map.
System cartography.
Alright, what was here? This was high metal content. Vanadium, technetium. Oh hey, with germanium here and vanadium here. Well, actually both on this world. This one you can make jumbonium from. Looks like it had some of the other aspects, or some of the other components you needed. Let's have a look there. Synthesis, FSD injection, vanadium, germanium, cadmium, niobium, arsenic, niobium, yttrium, polonium. Okay, it doesn't have the high-level jumbonium stuff, but still. Hank. He has decided the best place to be is exactly, precisely underneath my feet. Because I got my feet lifted up on my rudder pedals, so he is now curled up in a ball of cat, while at the same time trying to nudge the back of my leg and or I don't know, ow, damn. And use my pants as a scratching post. Hank, please don't. Waterworld, that's nice. Okay, let's get, let's see here, next one, here we go. Let's find the composition on that one world first. There we go. System map.
System map.
High metal content, Waterworld. Waterworld with ammonia atmosphere, that's interesting. 1.25 G, 379 Kelvin. That's not bad. 74% ammonia, 22% nitrogen, 1.7 oxygen. Yeah, a little bit of terraforming would serve it well, but that's not actually a bad world. This one's a terraforming candidate too, though might have to work on that temperature and pressure a little bit. Well, that's true. He does give hugs with his claws. He doesn't mean to. I mean, he just... Like, he doesn't mean anything harmful by it. He relaxes and his claws come out. And he is a very relaxed... He's like a Klingon tribble. He purrs, he cuddles, he's fuzzy. He can eviscerate you. It's like the one breed of tribble that Klingons would love. Also, if anybody plays Star Trek Online or is familiar with it... Yeah, I've seen the claw caps. No, usually we just give them a little trim. It's not bad. Also, they don't make them in this size, believe me. But if you're familiar with Star Trek Online, you'll know that they give... players can have tribbles. Well... They ran into a bit of a problem early on where the tribbles weren't actually dividing, they were growing. And somebody actually did end up with a tribble larger than Earth's space dock. System map.
System map.
Let's see here. High metal content world, nothing of... Yeah, nothing particularly good here. Good luck mining it. 37 atmospheres, 800 Kelvin. So, 2 terraformables here so far. And this one's our last shot. They patched it pretty quick, but if you do a Google image search, you should be able to see something like Giant Tribble Star Trek Online system map.
System cartography.
5 atmospheres, 200 Kelvin, 2 Gs. 89% nitrogen, 9% oxygen, and 0.9% helium. Close, but no. Resume course.
Selecting next destination.
Jump.
Preparing for jump.
I played for a while. I still play now and then. Pop on with some, see what they got for the new ships. I ended up with a simulated Borg Tribble.
Hyperspace velocity reached.
Damn thing was just unnerving when it purred.
Confirming exit point telemetry. Stand by. Gathering information. Cartography updated.
Fuel scooping.
System map.
System cartography.
Resume course.
Fuel scooping
Selecting
complete.
next destination.
They also originally... yeah, binary purring. And if you've ever put a data CD in a CD player, you know what that sounds like. They also had the, early on, you could get a transwarp drive which would take you anywhere, anywhere in the game world. But it was only, you could only fit it on Excelsior class ships. And it had something like a 10% failure rate on it. I always thought that was a missed opportunity for another achievement. Something like, Hangar Queen or Styles Without Substance. Maybe call it Scotty's Plumbing Service. Something as of a callback.
Fuel scooping.
System map.
System map.
Resume course.
Selecting next system en route.
Fuel scooping complete.
Okay, that would be adorable, actually. A little Tribble purring with a modem. Now, I liked playing the game. I was a little bummed that they didn't have full 3D space combat, that your ship was limited in pitch. But they said it made people confused. Well, it's 3D space, Seemed to be accommodated and acclimated to it just fine here. But I'm not in charge. If I were, there'd be more heads on the ground. And then they'd be put into shivs. Very, very Circle of Life. Very XCOM. Sorry about that. Microphone adjustment. Yeah, I suppose. It's just still, one of
Fuel
those
scooping.
things. I mean, Star Trek II, they made fun of Khan for being that inexperienced.
Complete.
System map.
System map.
Well, it's an interesting dynamic with trinary planets. but nothing at all interesting about their composition. System map.
Fuel scooping.
System cartography.
"11 light seconds out?" Okay, that thing's just a ball of carbonized iron, isn't it?
Fuel scooping complete.
Thank you.
You're welcome, sir.
Resume course.
Locking next star
System map.
System
What in the
map.
hell is this thing made out of? Ah, 1.81 G, 2,726 Kelvin, 666 atmospheres. Atmosphere is 65% CO2, 33% rock, and around 1% sulfur dioxide. Nope, nope, and nope. We don't want to touch any of that. Anytime there is any percentage of the atmosphere made of rock vapor, I want nothing to do with it. System map.
Fuel scooping.
System cartography.
More interesting, but still high metal content. Galaxy map.
Displaying map.
Let's see what we can't tune up here. Getting close to the super jump point, but
Fuel scooping complete.
actually we're gonna get a dual. Looks like we're getting a dual super jump out of that. That'll be nice. Full tank of gas, maps in the glove compartment. Glove compartment. Glove. Blah, 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 blah. Hey, blah, blah. Don't drink and talk, people. Or don't talk and talk. I think I was trying to say two things at the same time. Hazardous to your mouth. Okay, coming up on a K-class star. Get a good charge off of that. Then it looks like 2 neutron stars in a row. So that's gonna get us at least 500 light years. Covers a lot of ground in a hurry. Well, I'm not sure. I'm wondering if I should turn back around the core regions, if I should even go for the core.
Fuel scooping.
System map.
System cartography.
You know, whether I should push on, let's try for Beagle Point. I have no idea where I'm going, to be honest. Just kind of see how far I get before, Beyond starts happening and when I should start thinking about heading back.
Complete.
Resume course.
System destination locked.
Yeah, and here I was, Kobo, talking about how I wanted to use my voice more. Well, maybe I should actually, learn to use words with it. Others have not way. Ooh, he card read good. Oh yeah, I've been to SAG A-Star. It's a thing. It's also very close to the Great Annihilator, which is so far the heaviest non-supermassive. Ooh, that's not a bad idea.
Fuel scooping.
System map.
System map.
Resume course.
Locking system destination.
None of those worlds were water worlds, or terraformable, unfortunately. Well, possibly terraformable, but not worth 14,000 light seconds of looking. Circumnavigation of the core, that's tempting. And then go visit the core, obviously. Tell you what, I should probably head on the, I guess on a three-dimensional map it'd be y-axis. Yeah, I could possibly stop off at Colonia. We'll see. One moment. System map.
System cartography.
Well, I guess I can't blame you for not scanning anything else here. There's nothing to scan. Resume course.
Selecting next destination.
Alright. I'm not sure there's anything I really need at Colonia,
Frameshift drive operating beyond safety.
other than to just say I've been there.
Frameshift drive.
It's kind of like going to Wall Drug. Signs for that place start somewhere off near the Orc Cloud. System map.
System map.
Unexplored. Interesting. Resume course.
Selecting next destination.
Warning. Frameshift drive operating beyond safety limits.
Nope, that wasn't a good entry. Alright, let's try that again.
Frameshift
That's better.
Boost activated.
Galaxy map.
Galaxy map.
So this is kind of where I want to go. Let's see, let's get a good... 'cause I know up here there's... Let's tune this properly. I've been around in this region before. Or thereabouts. Well, I guess I never made it there last time. Well, I guess that's my target. But if you use the backdrop of the galaxy here, let's go up a ways. There we go. There's one. Black hole, black hole, black hole. Bunch of black holes in this upper region here. Of course, that's where the star field is just off the charts dense. Every time I go into this region near the sidereal wall, my mind boggles at how many stars there are. And they're all fairly young and intense. I mean, these are like Class A and B stars, with more than a share of Class O's in there.
Fuel scooping.
System map.
System cartography.
Just you. Resume course.
System destination locked.
Fuel scooping complete.
Well, with those, actually, kind of end up turning them into black holes. Or neutron stars. I mean, that's actually, why you've got such a high concentration of black holes and neutron stars around there. Because you've got such a concentration of really dense, energetic stars. I think it's anything above 3 solar masses turns into a neutron star, and anything around 10 solar masses, I want to say, becomes a black hole. I could be very off on that.
Fuel scooping.
System map.
System map.
Oh, we got life.
Fuel scooping complete.
Resume course.
Selecting next system en route.
Nah, I'm not even gonna bother. Oh, my astronomy professor would be very dismayed with me. I still eat this up, but it's trying to go off of memory instead of having my textbooks in front of me, so it's guesswork at best from me. I took Astro 120, Astro 150, and Astro 250X, which was the bizarre astronomy class. Neutron stars, black holes, pulsars. That was back... Boy, that was a ways back. That was... A lot of discoveries hadn't been made then.
Fuel scooping.
System map.
System map.
Nope. Nope, nope.
Fuel scooping complete.
Resume course.
Locking system destination.
At that point, Hubble had only been in orbit for a few years, and it had only been a year, maybe a couple years, after it had gotten its glasses installed. And then as our sensors and telescopes and whatever spectrum got more and more sensitive, we started finding really, really weird stuff out there. Pair instability supernovas are an especially weird one for me. That you've got a star whose photons have actually gone up into the gamma ray range, so energetic that it's turning electrons into positrons in some cases, and then you actually end up with a not quite matter-antimatter annihilation, but close enough.
Complete.
System map.
System cartography.
Usually with really massive stars you end up with a supernova. Well, in this case, with these really, really energetic stars, you end up with something called photodisintegration. Resume course.
Selecting next destination.
So you get a supernova, which is usually just a great big explosion that leaves behind a neutron star or a black hole. And with photodisintegration, you get a kind of explosion which doesn't leave anything behind. Everything's gone, just poof, scattered to the cosmic winds. Banished to a land of wind and ghosts. Kind of like what Mr. Sparkle does to dirt.
Fuel scooping.
System map.
System cartography.
A lot of gas giants, a lot of moons, and not a lot of good stuff.
Fuel scooping complete.
Resume course.
Locking next star system.
It would be really cool, that's true, but you'd end up with some really... You know, here's... Either you jump in, the star explodes, and you live long enough to go, oh shit, and then die. Or you jump in, and you've actually jumped past the shockwave, so all you see is the glowing, stellar remnant, and a shockwave behind you rapidly expanding away. Talk about bad luck if you jump into a system just in time to see it go supernova. Or a gamma ray burst where you get orbiting stellar remnants that collide. System map.
System map.
I can't imagine what the processing power would need to be to, model something like that.
Scooping complete.
Resume course.
Selecting next destination.
But yeah, one of those events, you're gonna jump in, see that it happens, and, well, not even register that it happened until St. Pete taps you on the shoulder and asks for ID. How did Richard Hammond put it? That's the way to get to heaven. Sideways in a flaming Swedish supercar. Yes, I made it! Where are the women? Yeah, he really needs to stop that. It's becoming a bad habit with him. Resume course.
Locking next star system.
So yeah, stellar evolution is always one of those things that really amazes me. There's a chart, and I should post it sometime. Maybe I'll post it in my channel feed after this. But it's all of the elements that require supernova explosions.
Temperature critical.
Oh, we're fine. And it's pretty much any element that's, oh, that's terrible. But yeah, it's pretty much any element heavier than iron requires a supernova. And actually quite a few that are lighter than iron. Supernovas, collisions of white dwarf stars, gamma ray bursts, etc., cosmic ray transmutation, all kinds of very, very interesting chemistry going on.
Fuel scooping.
System map.
System cartography.
Fuel scooping complete.
Resume course.
Selecting next destination.
And these explosions, some of them are of so much energy that they can propel. They can. What is it I'm thinking of? The oh my god particle, which is a play on, I believe it's the boson, the Higgs boson, which is the god particle. But no, this was the oh my god particle because it was a proton accelerated to such a high velocity that it was something like 9.5 or 6 nines after that percent the speed of light. It was one proton that hit with the kinetic energy of a 90-mile-an-hour fastball. So a subatomic particle hitting with macroscopic force.
Fuel scooping.
System map.
System map.
Oh, you look interesting now, don't you?
Fuel scooping complete.
Waterworld. Think. Yeah, Waterworld. Let's go see hi. Yeah, let's go say hi and see it. Oh man, I need more sleep or something. What do you mean 4 hours isn't enough? But I believe gamma ray bursts have a comparable amount of energy in that they can propel protons like, with the force of, well, again, macroscopic force. You just don't want to be near one. System map.
System map.
Nitrogen atmosphere. 0.86 G, 260. That's not bad, actually. Air's a little thin. Well, what I mean, a little weak on oxygen, but not terrible. You could make something out of that. Yep, gamma ray bursts are the... yeah, pretty much. Also, a great website called Atomic Rockets, which talks about various forms of science fiction propulsion and weaponry. And one of those things that they talk about is from a book called, I believe it's The Killing Star, where it talks about what would happen if Earth were bombarded with relativistic weapons. Because the sad fact of relativistic warfare is by the time you spot the incoming weapon, if it's moving at 90% the speed of light, by the time you see it, it's not where you see it anymore. System map.
System cartography.
Are you terraformable? You are. Okay, well, we're moving one planet in then. Just keep this train rolling. Even weapons in the Expanse can't hit those speeds. If they did, I mean, you know, the moment one side achieves relativistic weaponry, it's pretty much all over. System map.
System cartography.
Nope, no terraforming. How far away are you? Too far. Resume course. Alex, resume course. Pretty please? Alright. Old-fashioned way. What classifies as a relativistic weapon? Anything that... oh boy, I want to say anything from 0.2 or 0.25% lights... or not percent, but 25... let me start over again. 20 to 20% light speed to higher. Pretty much anything that runs at a measurable percentage of light speed is where you stop. The old-fashioned kinetic energy formula breaks down, and you run into something a lot more insidious. You're talking more about, like, fractions of matter conversion. System map.
System map.
Again, it's another one of those weapon systems and ideas that just makes me kind of gibber and sound like I'm on drugs when I try to describe it, because it's just that broken.
Fuel scooping.
Resume course.
Selecting next system en route.
But I mean, basically it's just a lump of iron, or, you know, yeah, it's just
Scooping complete.
take a lump of iron, tungsten, tin, whatever. All it has to be is mass, and you accelerate it up to a certain speed. So if something is, say, traveling at 10% light speed, and you detect it 9 light seconds out, by the time your signal has come back, well, the time you emit the pulse that detects it, by the time you pick up the reflection, that object is no longer where you can see it. It's already here. Star Trek mostly avoids that. Star Trek, Star Wars, etc. with FTL sensors. Subspace sensors that, actually travel faster than light themselves. System map.
System cartography.
Oh ho! Earth-like. I just gave it a listen on the, zoomed in on it and listened. I could hear bird calls. Let's get in close and have a look at that. Yep, we've got an Earth-like. Let's see just how Earth-like it is. I'll get the detailed sensor readings in a moment. I just want to get in visual range. Now watch, I come around into the dark side and I see lights. Nope, okay, uninhabited. Or at least no major technology. Well, not exactly. I mean, there's some other criteria that need to be filled. All right. System map.
System map.
0.73 G, 309 Kelvin, 0.67 atmospheres, 70% nitrogen, 30% oxygen, 0.1% water. That's not bad. I'll take it. Can you gift wrap it? Wait a minute. System map.
System cartography.
No way. That one I think is a water world. And we'll go and have a look at that, but this one might be something else. This one might be an ammonia world, which would be really interesting to have in the same system as a Earth-like. I can't be 100% certain, but we'll go have a look quick. Then probably call it because, hey, a system with an Earth-like is a really good place to, a really good high point to call the day on. That and Hank is kind of giving me a look like, food, come on. Because Hank. But no, I want to have a look at this other world over here. And wow, I got really close to the gravity well of that Earth-like, if it's taking me If it's taking me this long to accelerate back up to a decent speed. There we go, we just broke 1C. Alright. Getting a scan off of this sucker. It's got an atmosphere, whatever it is. You can kind of tell based on how fuzzy it is. And the one to the immediate right also has an atmosphere. System map. Okay, it's just high metal content. Sulfur dioxide and a lot of it. Not much atmospheres, it's not even registering, but it does have an atmosphere. And one more for good luck. That and I can already get a scan off of it, so, you know. This one's probably a water world or another high metal content, but couldn't be nearly so lucky as to have 2 Earth-likes. High metal content. Alright. Is it terraformable? Guess that's the last question I got, and the answer is no. No, it is not. That's alright. We found an Earth-like. That's gonna do it for me, Mr. Moo. I will be back tomorrow. The Clean Slate program continues with a much, much better ship than that Keelback. In the meantime, take care, everybody. Fly safe. If you can't fly safe, fly dangerous. I'll see you all tomorrow. Always good to talk, always good to chat, always good to hang out. See you again soon, and yeah, you guys have a good one too. Take care.